Good, whatever time y'all are watching this. My name is Jake Shepard. I'm a third year studying PPE and criminology. You might hear my cat from time to time. Maybe he'll even make an appearance. I used my step money as a internship specifically for the public defender's office here in Columbus. The presentation I'm about to do itself isn't going to be about that too much. The reason being is I made that internship rather than it being just some program. So instead, what I want to do here is kind of go over how to do something like that. So that way, it doesn't matter what field you're in, you're going to be able to try to do this and make some unique experience wherever you are. I'll share my screen to get the sway thing going. This should be good. Please ignore all the extraneous noise. Like I said, my STEP internship was a law clerk at the public defender's office. Also already said, it's not going to be too helpful for me to go too in depth. I'll say a little bit just because I'm proud of it. It was interesting. I got the chance to work with public defenders, writing motions, interviewing defendants, carrying out arraignment hearings, and other stuff that normally only a law student would do. So proud of that. It was a really cool opportunity, and it isn't something that normally an undergrad would be able to do. The only reason I could do it was because I did the groundwork to kind of reach out, find something, and make it my own. And odds are those are going to be the best experiences you guys can get. And that's what I'm going to try to help out here. In this presentation, we have got a couple different steps. First things first, you establish what you want, and you develop a list of where you're applying. You start reaching out, and finally, you interview. Establishing what you want. This was tough for me, especially because it was during COVID. Heck, we're still in COVID. So here's what I thought to myself. I want to be in criminal law. I want to be doing something more than just like go for stuff, getting coffees, making copies, all that jazz. I wanted to work basically a part-time job, not 40 hours a week, but not only 5 hours a week either. Then also I want to be in person. So those are kind of standard questions that I think going in, you should have a good answer to. What do you want your day-to-day schedule to look like? How many hours you're going to work, especially how many hours per day? Is it in person? And if so, what setting? And then the last question is it going to be paid? Now, a big part of why I was able to finally land my internship was I was saying I could work unpaid because I could do that because I had the step money to pay for all my stuff over the summer. If that doesn't work, that's fine, but that's something that you should clearly communicate ahead of time, that you're going to need some cash to be able to do a good job. After you've got these questions answered, it's time to start making a list of the people you want to reach out to. I, of course, started with law firms, with public criminal law systems, judges, public defenders, those are the guys who finally answered, prosecutors and whatnot. For you guys, that might be different. Think about what zone you want to work at. Let's say you're, I don't know, engineering. Are you going to want to work outside of Columbus? How far out of Columbus? So on and so forth. Once you kind of have that list generated, I added, along with the emails, I try to find the people that I should contact. Normally the mid management of the department that you'd be working in, so kind of top boss of your sector, as well as maybe somebody involved in HR, human resources, stuff like that. Those are the people that are going to be most likely to get back at you. Finally, if you're having trouble making your list, don't be afraid to use your network. I'm part of the mock trial team, so a big part of me making my list was using my coaches who are lawyers in the area to add on to that, so on and so forth. You guys can use professors, older friends, etc., club advisors, everything. After you've got your list, it's time to reach out. I basically had this form email that I would send out. It was, hello, my name is Jake Shepard, name. I'm a third year studying law at OSU, grade, major, the fact that we're from OSU. I explained what I wanted to do, the time commitment, yada, 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 and why I wanted to do it. That's the thing that when they finally responded to me, that's what they said got them interested. Is that a very kind of heartfelt, like, this is what I want to be doing. This is why I'm in the field. It makes your email stand out. Next up, put your phone number at the end of that, just so you're easily accessible, as well as your resume. I went with one-page resume. I know there's a little bit of a debate over one page versus two. I just think one page is more common right now, so that's what I went with. Make sure your resume is up to date. Probably have as much high school stuff cleared out at this point and focus more on like the college stuff you've done so far. Interview. This is, in my mind, the most important part. Foot in the door, that's just a numbers game of emailing enough people that eventually someone's going to respond. It's the interview where you actually sit down with a person that decides, are you going to get the job? So here are my tips. I've done a lot of interviews over the years. I actually run some interviews for clubs I'm a part of. So hopefully this advice is good. Business formal clothes, suits for men. I'm not too certain about what the ladies wear nowadays. Standard colors, yada, yada. Next up, bring 3 copies of your resume. More often than not, 2 people are going to interview you together, at least in my experience. So that way you've got a copy for yourself and a copy for each of them. And then here's how you actually make it good once you sit down. You're going to want to sit, kind of brace, neutral, but not relaxed position. So you're actively listening. You're going to want to speak slowly and clearly. In fact, the pace I've been speaking in this presentation is probably a bit too fast and a little bit too, not casual, but slurred at the ends. You know, the way we trail off Midwesterners at the end of our sentences. So you speak slowly and clearly. You make good eye contact with one person during half your answer. You look at the next person and give eye contact for the other part. Steady hand signals, but don't be like fidgety. Don't have them in your lap, like doing that stuff. That way it's really all about being comfortable. And part of being comfortable is actually being comfortable. So one trick that I've been using for a long time is I've got an anecdote already kind of prepared. The best one that you know you're going to use at any time is they're going to ask you, why are you interested in this job? Why are you interested in this field? So have that answer ready. Have given it before, maybe to a friend, roommate, whatever, and kind of be comfortable when you're doing that presentation. That way, it's a chance for you to kind of show off what you can do, be very comfortable, command the room for a little bit, and they get to know you very well. If you do that, it'll be a good interview, and you should also be ready in that interview to discuss details. If they like you, they're going to ask how many hours you want to be working here, yada, 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 so on and so forth. Have those answers ready to go. In my advice, I'd be flexible because this is a kind of weird internship that you're trying to set up. You're kind of in the lower bargaining position. You should be more willing to go with what they want, but know kind of your limits of how many hours, pay, tasks, so on and so forth. Be ready to discuss it clearly, and then have a start day ready to go. Hopefully with this, you guys will actually get these internships. I found mine so much more rewarding than if I was doing another thing. There's lots of pre-law majors going on right now. If you're in like politics, hell, like, I mean, politicians at every level need some clerk running around, so on and so forth. I didn't want that, and it was hard during COVID. So going out and making this unique thing myself, that ended up being one of the best experiences I had. Working for the public defenders actually started to shift my view of what I wanted to do with my career. I thought for a long time I wanted to be a prosecutor, but working with the PDs made me think that I would need to have a more varied approach to justice towards my goal in criminal law. it gave me a good idea of what law school is going to be like and how to actually practice. So think about that. Think about, this isn't just some line on your resume. This isn't something cool that you're going to be able to brag about the next semester you're back. It's a chance for you to kind of get out into your field and actually do something while you're in an undergrad, rather than just spinning your wheels, waiting for to get that pretty piece of paper, the diploma that says you could start actually doing whatever you're doing. If you guys are watching this, when I was doing this online, I really felt get disconnected from the people doing it. So I don't want you guys to feel that way. My phone number is 614-980-3176. Just rewind if you missed that. And my dot number, so my email is Shepherd, SHEPHERD .466. Text me, email me, don't call me. I never answer my phone nowadays, spam calls, all that stuff. If you have more questions, I want to help out. STEP is a great experience and you guys should make the most of it. Thank y'all. Maybe see you at the STEP Expo. I don't know.